Hi guys, I'm going to be taking a look at Jordan Willis. Now, a cousin of one of the fellows that unfortunately passed is, I believe that he's the cousin of one of them that has passed and not a cousin to Jordan, has said that Jordan, and this is kind of what the feeling I had, I have to say, let me preface this, when I was doing my reading, the first reading I did, which is on the channel if you're interested. I kind of wondered if him being a scientist, if he wasn't creating substances. And so it was very interesting here lately in the last day or so to have a man come forward and say, look, he was known for this, for creating things for people to alter their feelings, to alter their state of mind. And something must have went wrong. All right, so the first question I'm going to ask is if Jordan created the substance that caused the demise. Being thoughtful of my words for you two. So, let me just focus on that. Did Jordan Willis, I'm getting a very strong yes, but I always like to get the cards because sometimes our own bias or our own thoughts can not be as objective as we think sometimes. But I'm just wanting to know, did Jordan create some kind of substance that these men ingested? Now, I don't think that Jordan's intention was for them to pass. And it makes a lot of sense if he had been doing this kind of thing in the past and not had any significant issues. It would make sense too if maybe this was something Jordan had a tolerance to and they did not. Because I believe that he also took something and was out for those days. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Did Jordan Willis create a substance that the three men ended up ingesting somehow, some way, that caused their demise? Let's see what we get. I'm getting the Two of Cups. Yes. I feel like this is a yes. And the exchange of cups, if you look here, I think it was something that was shared. It could have been a liquid. I'm not certain. But it looks like it would be something that would be ingested in some fashion, quite possibly a liquid, or a liquid form of something, but not necessarily. Regardless, it does make me feel like a close exchange. Okay. He is trying to defend himself, but he has to own up. He has to come clean. He has to be accountable for his actions. And I think that they have and are causing him some damage mentally. And he's trying to defend himself. But I think he's feeling very much in the spotlight, very much the pressure. And that's probably why he's entered rehab. I think it's also because he did something and he needs to get away from this, and I'm sure he was advised. And I'm pretty sure he probably did so willingly. I don't think he would have had this not happened. because I do feel that he created something that caused the demise. I do. I'm going to pull just a couple more cards. Yeah. This feels like this is somebody that wants to win at all costs, and sometimes they put their own concern ahead of what could harm other people. You can see the folks walking away with their swords dropped. You know, it could be that his desire to impress these guys, frequently somebody that does this kind of thing is looking to make friends, and they often offer them things or buy them things, this kind of personality to get those close friends. You know, it's not the right way to do it, but I think the desire to get one's way overrided thoughts of concern, safety, maybe thinking things out as clearly. I also think that with this Ace of Wands, I'm just really getting something that's strong and powerful. And I don't know if it's some kind of stimulant with this Ace of Wands, but it doesn't matter. It just feels like something is packing a wallop. And I think he's also, frankly, at this point, more concerned for himself. Thus him moving and doing, I think, things to try and cover his bases. I do think he did create something. The cards that I'm getting feel like, yeah, there was an exchange, and he meant it to be friendly. I don't think he meant to cause harm, but I think it did. So let's just take a look and see, did these men know that they were ingesting something? I kind of think by the looks of the cards that I've gotten both in this reading just now and in the other one with that exchange, that they were aware that they were taking something. But I'm going to ask again, were these men aware that they were taking something, a substance? Were these men aware of the substance they were taking? In other words, that it wasn't given to them without their consent. Did these men consent to take what they were given or shared with? Did Jordan tell these men what it was? Did they know that they were being given something? Were the men aware? Okay. I get the Chariot. This to me is a yes. And they may have been like, well, let's give this a try. Let's see what this does. The Tower paired with the Chariot. To me, it's an accident. I do think that they knew. I think they may not have known exactly what it, the whole ins and outs of what it was that they were going to be trying, but I think they did try something, but I don't think they counted. This is not counting on this is a surprise. This is a surprise. I wonder, was this some kind of substance? Is this card saying it gave them energy and they thought that they were okay, but maybe too much and overstimulated, and it causes the human system to shut down, or the brain, something going on with that. It definitely, the the effect was not expected to be fatal, for sure. If something hit them like a cement truck, is what I get. Okay, let's see what else. Pardon the wound back. We are getting, oh yes, we are getting the Nine of Pentacles and Judgment. The three graves here that are in the forefront. Not for nothing. I believe that they have an accountability, and so does he. But primarily, as he was the one creating this, according to the cards I've been getting, he's ultimately responsible because it was not safe. Not for them anyway. And it cost them, I think, their health, their well-being, gone. And I think it's going to cost Jordan also his independence, which is also denoted by this card. And it can also be like your success with a high-paying job. And he's an HIV scientist. Such a shame. Such a shame. This is like you're going to have to, be responsible for what you did. And this is calling to a greater awareness. And just like the men, I think, that did ingest this, knowing that they were taking something, they may not have realized how dangerous. And I think if any of them had realized how dangerous this was going to be, that wouldn't have happened. But I think they just thought, oh, this will be fun. This will just be a trip, so to speak. But I don't think that they thought that this would completely take their lives. So there's accountability on their part and his part. And we get the Devil and we get the Three of Swords. He may not have told them how risky it was. That may have been played down because the Three of Swords is a bit of a betrayal. So again, I get the feeling of he wanted friends badly enough that he thought that he was going to give them something that would make them think, oh, wow, this is great. But it wasn't, and it suddenly affected them. This is also addiction issues. This is unhealthy habits that are excessive, that create problems. So I do think that they were open to, let's just say, experimenting and taking this, but I don't think that they had any idea how this was going to affect them, obviously, or that it was a very dangerous thing to do, given also the circumstances. I just don't think they foresaw it. And this is connected to, I think, his judgment, Jordan's judgment also being clouded, and perhaps the men's judgment in taking or accepting anything that may have been offered to them by him. They may have also already been under the influence and not very clear, or making decisions with a clouded influence that perhaps if they had been sober, they wouldn't have agreed to. And again, this causes a great deal of suffering with the Three of Swords. It just is just not good, obviously. I just don't know how else more to say it. People need to really, really be careful. And even though this guy may have made things for a long time since he was in high school, that's what the quote was, you know, he's not, and even with controlled, substances that are supposed to be controlled and very carefully given, this was something that was homemade, that was not undergone quality tests or whatever, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. Something like that. And this can also be people's pride, but I'm asking if they knew. I think that they kind of knew, but they kind of didn't. And I also believe, like I said, I think their judgment was clouded by already having other things on board, the alcohol, maybe something else. But, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to look now if Jordan will be looking at criminal charges. Will Jordan Willis face criminal charges? I don't think that the other person that was there, I think his name is Alex, I don't think that he is connected the way that Jordan is. Jordan really does feel like the main provider of this, according to my cards. Okay. Will Jordan face criminal charges? Will he, well, not just face them, but will he be charged criminally? Will Jordan be charged criminally? Jordan Willis, will he be charged criminally? In some respect. I'm getting the King of Cups. I think there could be a deal that's offered, or that they try to get for him, maybe his attorneys. Because this is something where there is an approach and there is an offer, and it may not be a great offer. It might be Jordan definitely trying to lessen anything that is going to, yeah, he's going to. With the Justice card, anytime I get that, there is litigation usually involved, or charges that are brought. So there might be a deal struck, or it could just be that this is the law coming to try to get him to come clean, to talk. It can be them trying to relate to him to get him to, But he's pretty well lawyered up. But this, yes, he will face charges, and he gets the Tower and the Four of Wands. So something about his home and the families, and this is a disruptive, unexpected, tragic event. But I think it will show that it wasn't intentional. Like he didn't I'm going to end these guys. No, I think it was a tragic, horrible choice that cost 3 men their lives, and families to have to pick up the pieces. And something maybe also about the house, the home, where this took place. Is there evidence? Maybe. There's something unexpected that's going to be jaw-dropping, I think, potentially coming also with that. Maybe there's residue or something. But yes, it's a shock to the families. We have a King of Swords and a Queen of Wands. I believe these are maybe like the fiance, and this feels like a lawyer, maybe really going after him. And we get the Empress and the Nine of Swords. So there's a great deal of worry, I think, by a mother or mother figure, but also, I believe, any kind of wealth. This is also needing to have care. I think he's very worried about what this means for him. Not only financially, but overall taking care of, well, having to pay these people. So, because we have it's also, and when I was speaking about the fiance, this can also be like the wife, and probably fiance, causing them worry and trauma. So he's causing them pain and suffering as well. Yeah, legally, there's more information that will be clear, that will come out, so that we have facts. So I'll leave it there. I think that kind of answers it. From my opinion, it looks, again, with the tarot, it's a matter of likelihood. But I get a lot that says, I think Jordan is the person that it likely supplied, maybe even created this. It caused an unexpected effect. I think it knocked him for 6. And I think he may have not been completely forthcoming afterward, and he will face criminal charges. I'll leave it there. If you appreciate readings like this or you find them interesting, please give me a thumbs up and share so that my little channel can chug along and maybe get a better algorithm. Thank you so much. Take care. And drugs are bad. Don't use them.